The exploration of sanctuary is not new to Doctor Who. Episode 11 in Season 30 was called Sanctuary, as was a Doctor Who novel. So perhaps it's not unusual that I found a profound expression of sanctuary in the 5th episode of the most recent season of Doctor Who called The Fugitive of Judoon. The word sanctuary has lots of definitions. It can be used to describe a wildlife preserve where hunting is prohibited because the animals in the area are protected. It is also used in the political world to designate a town that welcomes refugees and immigrants. And this evolved from the 4th century when the Roman government agreed to respect places of worship by not violating them. So outcasts and criminals sometimes found places of refuge or safety in churches. A famous example is the Hunchback of Notre Dame. For the religious, sanctuary is an actual part of religious buildings. It's usually the most sacred place. In my denomination, the Episcopal Church, we call the area around the altar where the Holy Eucharist is consecrated the sanctuary. So sanctuary is a complex idea. It is both a physical place and a feeling of protection and safety. It's also a place where a person can encounter the holy, something larger than oneself. In the Bible, it's a place where people receive a calling from God or a visit from God's messengers, like Isaiah's call story or when Zechariah learned his wife Elizabeth was going to have a baby. In The Fugitive of Judoon, there is a scene where the Doctor and a character named Ruth are in a religious building, the cathedral in Gloucestershire, England. This is a famous cathedral where quite a few movies and TV series have been filmed. But in this episode of Doctor Who, the cathedral plays itself and offers the Doctor and Ruth a place to hide from the Judoon, which are an alien mercenary and violent police force in search of someone they've been hired to find. In the scene, the Doctor and Ruth are given some time and space to work out who the Judoon are looking for. Ruth had received a text message on her phone that seemed to awaken something inside of her, some memory she couldn't quite remember. But with the Doctor's help, she was able to find out where to go to find the answers. Now that scene, beautifully filmed with the rainbow light from the cathedral's glass windows illuminating the Doctor and Ruth, reveals a lot about what sanctuary is. It's a place of worship, absolutely. And it is a place where a person can safely work out what's going on. It's a rest from the distractions of the running around of life or the running from something, so that a person can gather their strength to confront what needs to be faced. It's a place and a way to safely figure out what a person needs to do, and it is also where a person can explore who they are and who they are called to be. There's still more to sanctuary, because followers of Jesus believe God is everywhere, bidden and unbidden. We recognize that the sacredness of sanctuary can extend far beyond the walls of any religious building. Sanctuary is the safe, sacred place of protection to interact with something larger than yourself, and it can be found in other places all over the world. We could say that for the Doctor, her TARDIS is a sanctuary. It is a place villains can't hardly ever enter, and it is a place where we find the Doctor struggling with mysteries or problems. At both the beginning and the end of this episode, we find the Doctor talking with her companions, sharing with them hard-to-hear truths and the mysteries she is still trying to figure out. The TARDIS is a safe place of refuge and rest for the Doctor and her companions, one they take with them wherever they go, in time and space. I hope you have a place like that. A sanctuary where you can both rest and work through what you need to work through so you can go back into the world renewed. For many people like me, the church building has been that kind of place for most of our lives. And during the pandemic, some of us have not been able to be in those places, and that has caused us some suffering. And that's why I'm grateful for episodes like The Fugitive of Judoon on Doctor Who that remind me that once we have experienced the sanctuary of a sacred space, we can carry that with us wherever we go. And if we're paying attention, we will find sanctuary in other places in space and time to help carry us through all that life throws at us. I am the Reverend Deborah Woolsey. I am a priest in the Episcopal Church, serving as rector at Church of the Good Shepherd in Athens, Ohio. And I have been a fan of Doctor Who my whole life. And this has been a TARDIS Talk, where I explore the religious themes I see when I watch Doctor Who. I hope you have enjoyed this TARDIS Talk, and I hope that you have a place of sanctuary in your life.